Somewhere between dusk and the onslaught of heavy snow, Loki coughed. The sound was soft, but the ripples were insidious. Nick the fireman, 3 stools down, slumped. His head made a hollow sound on the mahogany of the bar. He liked to brag of his 83 winters. That's all there would be. And outside, starlings exploded from a holly hedge, like charcoal sparks from a deep green blaze. In concentric circles like a closing moon, the dogs and wolves began to howl, in mourning, in rage, in the need to know that they were not alone. And poets woke screaming to scrawl on the walls of empty rooms before falling back into the dust and markers, where they would later rise and find masterpieces that they would never remember writing. Gargoyles and grotesques shifted, stretched, and froze again, changed just enough to cause the faithful mild discomfort. The late Melanie Pine blinked a couple of times and sat up, naked, from the cold steel table, and did not flinch at all at the crash of the coroner's tools. Ships were lost and causes found as it crossed over onto other shores, where old women began to sing songs that only their bones knew. And through the bitter rooms of a convent, orgasms curled the sisters fetal, climaxes that must surely be divine, but were never spoken of. Just in case. Murderers died and others went free through open doors once welded shut, and many that began to climb would never descend to warmth again. Guide dogs, hearing the howls, raced like molten golden blurs into field and fen and deeper green, leaving the blind to be simply blind. And pickers stared with wild wonder through every orchard and every land as the boughs hung heavy with aspen, golden apples. Giggling, children spoke in rhyme and stole into the sleeping rooms with knives a-glitter, hungry for a morning without mothers. Spiderwebs filled busy rooms, and it would be 30 years before anyone could find any reference to God. Things writhed up from the great black deep to take swimmers like bobbing morsels, and nothing flew. The sky was void of feather, fur, and steel. All of the promises kept were ones of a sinister bent, and no bride nor groom could say, "I do." It rained, it snowed, and nowhere was it still. Nowhere was it quiet. It was as if, when Loki coughed, that being itself cleared its throat. In a tiny bar by the Atlantic Sea, Loki coughed, and though the ripples were insidious, they passed before the snow got heavy.